dear students. Now we are going to see movement for women's education. Movements for women's education. See, first of all, in 19th century, most Indian women were denied formal education for fear that they would neglect housework. First, what for housework they are neglecting to study for some fear. They have some fear. No, if educated, however, some liberal families had their daughter to taught by private tutors. No, first tutors means they have money. No, they have some money, and then they are calling. First, they are calling the teachers to their home. They can teach by self separately. They can teach them. That is called tutor. Now they are coming to home. Then they are teaching separately. The tutors that taught them. No. Then first women are rejecting for study because they want to see their housework. So some fearness is there in front of the society. They have some fear. That's why they are not able to study. After that, some girls, what did you know? Those who have a brave, very boldly, they can study, educate themselves in secret. They can study very secretly. They studied. But first of all, suddenly the women's not get education in ancient time, in long time. Now only now the system, everything changed. Now it is going on very smoothly. But last in 1820, after that 1920 up to 1920, women's are now only so many schools are opened everywhere. You can see up to Kashmir to Kanyakumari, everywhere their schools are open, and governments also their school are open. Now you see as a separate school for girls is there. How it is developed one by one, who is arguing, who is asking, these things we can see. First to Capuchin, who is that, for women's education was Henry Louis Vivan Diraggio. Poet, he is the poet, journalist, who is writing the poem, he is a poet, journalist. What is mean journalist? Journalist means who is writing the newspaper, journalist who is making newspaper, who is a reporter of newspaper, make journalist, he is the department of newspaper. No, he belong to different department of the newspaper. Now journalist and a teacher at the Hindu college. Where? At the Hindu college in Bengal. Then he started. After that, what he teach the students about the social evils and problems. If you want to careful about things, he taught the students very nicely. Where? In Hindu college to the students he taught very nicely. After that, his followers they declared so many struggle against that problems for that women's. Then his followers known as Derosians. Now who is then Bengal? First to Capuchin for who? In women's education, first in India. Who Capuchin in India? Henry Louis Vivan Diraggio is the teacher of Hindu college. What he did? He teach the students. He taught the students very nicely. What are the things he taught? Hindu college. He encouraged his students to think rationally and to challenge the social evils. His followers his followers known as the Derosians. His followers known as the Derosians. Next, then in 1820, Christian missionaries started 1820. The Christian missionaries started the school for women, but it's not work out. It is not working properly. But after that, in 1849, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar in Bengal. Ishwar Vidyasagar in Bengal. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar not. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar's help. Got help who? J.E. Drinkwater Bethune. J.E. Drinkwater Bethune. He got what? He got the help of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. After that, he opened a school for women. After his name was called Bethune School. That school name is Bethune School. His Vidyasagar established many. Vidyasagar also. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar also opened so many schools for women. Then Brahma Samaj of India also worked for the women's education, and schools. They opened schools for them, women's. They opened school for them. It is in Bengal. Okay. After that, dear students, in Maharashtra, Jyotira Govindrao Phule, fondly called Jyotiba. Jyotiba, what he did, he's opened a school for low caste girls. Then after that, his wife name is Savitri. What he did? Jyotiba educated his wife Savitri Bai as appointed her as a teacher in his school. After that, what? He opened low caste girls school. And after giving women's education, after that he is teaching to his wife. After he is appointed her wife for the teacher as his school. In Aligarh, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. What he did, he is the social reformer, as well as he is what he told the women, those who are Muslim, they also want to study. He attacked he also attacked this the Barda Veli system. Then after that, opposed the polygamy of the Muslim system and easy divorce and those who are following the polygamy on the Muslim system of easy divorce, everything he is opposite. Then what he is the reformer of that were in Aligarh. Then one more person is there, Rokia Sakhawat Hussain. What he started Sakhawat school for girls, mainly for Muslim girls. They started what? Sakhawat Memorial Girls School, Sakhawat Memorial Girls High School, mainly for Muslims. At where? Then after that, Pahalpur. It is started at Pahalpur. After it is changed into Pahalpur to Calcutta. Okay. First we saw, and then from Bengal to up to Maharashtra we saw. Then in Aligarh up to Aligarh we saw. What are the things we saw now? What are things we saw? In 19th century, what are the what is happened in for women's education? What movements for women's education? What are the movements happen? What are the movements happen? For Bengal and as well as in Maharashtra. Everybody, every reformers who is reformers, and they are supporting for women's education. Before is not there is no equality among the men and women. There is no discriminations about them. Then after that, one by one, they improved one by one after the movement. They asked, then only now you can see there is no discrimination among women and men. Now everybody, every students, now you see the co-ed schools, women's education, women's college, now everywhere is there. Now one by one so many persons are supported, then only this happened. Okay, now we saw that movements for women's education, then movements against child marriage. We saw movements against child marriage and movements for women's education. Okay, dear students, let's read one more time every single lines in your as your book, then you can understand easily. Thank you, dear students. Next class we can see others how they went to higher education, what are things we can study in next class.